Let's get to Proverbs 8:17. Only one verse. Only one verse we are going to share today. Proverbs 8 and verse 17. This is what he says. And this is God speaking, but when you're reading it, he calls himself wisdom. This time he speaks as wisdom. And he says, I love them that love me, and those that seek me early shall find me. God loves those that love him. And when you seek God, you shall surely find him. You know, sometimes we think God is emotionless, that God has no principles, that if you want something from God, that's when you run to God. People have that religious mentality. Some people think God is there and is not interested in our affairs. There is that school of thought with some people. Religiously, they think God is there and he has nothing to do with us, so let us do our stuff and let God do his stuff there. And then others think God will just be like an emergency number that you call when you are in trouble. So you just come to him, and when you're in trouble, you tell him, God, now I need this. Now I want this. No, that's not how God is. God is a person. I didn't say he's a human being, but he's a person. He has characteristics of a person, of an individual. So he's not just some being that we go to only when we have needs. No, he says he reciprocates what you give unto him. He says, when you love me, I will love you. And some people don't understand how this works, but it is not magic. If you want to see the love of God, choose to love God. If you want to see God working deeper in your life, choose to go deeper in God. Because he's telling you, when you do this, I will do this. He's a God who responds to what we do. There is some action and reaction here being equal. So you have to understand that when you love God, God will love you. When you choose to seek him, he gives you a sure promise. You will find him. Same thing, even if you're just to talk about wisdom and the things that we seek in this life. When you seek wisdom, you find wisdom. You seek knowledge, you find knowledge. But the problem is those things will never satisfy. But when you seek God, you'll find God, and you'll find the satisfaction that he brings, which is perfect. So if you want to seek God in a greater way in your life, you love God in a greater way in your life, in Jesus' mighty name. Because it is a sure promise. You love him, he will love you. Because he loves those that love him. You seek him, you'll find him. Because he's found of those that are seeking him. It is something we choose to do that attracts something that God can do. That is how it works. You choose to do it, it is going to attract something from God. There is nothing like thinking these things are magic, child of God. Some people think as long as I just make one simple prayer, everything is going to change. That is not how it works. And sometimes it may work like a miracle, but not a continuous thing in your life. But if you want something that is established, a lifestyle that is filled with the manifestation of a rare love of God towards you, then you begin to make that path. You choose to get on that journey of loving God like you have never loved him. And if you really want to find God, not just to get a miracle from God in one day and then you run away, but if you want to find God in a way that you have never discovered him, in a way that no man can explain him to you, you get onto the path of seeking him. If you are serious with God, God will be serious with you. That is the summary of this message today. If you are serious with God, God will be serious with you. If you choose to love him with your money, with your resources, with your heart, with your soul, with everything on the inside of you, God is going to reciprocate that love. He will love you back immensely. He will love you back to a point that everybody can tell that God loves you. Of course, we know God loves all of us in a general sense. But then he brings it to a particular sense, and he says, I love those who love me. And we know that God is available for everybody. But then he says, there is a bit of me that you got to find. That one you have to seek. That one is for the seekers. And when you seek him, it is a sure promise. You will find him. If you are serious with God, God will be serious with you. That is my simple word for you this morning from Proverbs 8:17 in Jesus' mighty name.